Yeah, looks good. Folks, we got some pre-show setup going on here today. Just full disclosure, if you're joining us live just as soon as we open the doors here at the Sandbox game, we are live over on YouTube and Twitch where we can see the chat. All other channels, unfortunately, we're not able to see chat today. So that's just a disclaimer for you guys. If you want to join us and you want to do giveaways on this stream, which we'll do 3 as we usually do, then make sure you're over on YouTube or twitch.tv as we get ready here for this live stream.
Okay, I'm gonna deafen.
Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone, and welcome to the Good Morning, Afternoon, Evening Show. Today is March 7th, 2022. The current time, 6:07 p.m. my local time, but it may be March 8th where you are. If you're joining us from the Asia-Pacific region, maybe you're hanging out in India, maybe you're joining us from Sudan right now. All right?
Where are you guys at?
Joining us
how
all over the world. Conrad, how are you doing today?
Oh, me?
Yes, sir, you.
Faking it, but making it.
Faking it and making it, friends. So, hey, we got some technical difficulties going on today, so I just want to leave this notice for those joining us here on the live. Unfortunately, we have a service that we use to aggregate all of your comments, and that service logged out for everybody in the company today. We have to get relogged into it, but only one person is in control of it, and they were in a meeting when we asked, and now they're asleep. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going live today. If you're interested in winning a Wizzy the Green NFT on this stream here today, or 2 Alpha Passes, of course you can only win 1, but nonetheless, we're giving away 2 Alpha Passes on this stream. Join us over on twitch.tv/thesandboxgame or over on youtube.com/thesandboxgame, where we can see your comments, answer your AMA questions, and do those giveaways here on the show. We're going to be doing it live a little bit. We're going to be changing it up, ladies and gentlemen, but each and every day here on this live stream, we play your games if we're not in the middle of an alpha, which of course we are right now. It is alpha season 2 of the Sandbox game. You guys have been playing the content, you've been finishing the quests, and here on this show, we're going to finish the quests so that you can see the content that unlocked today after we address a couple of nice little news pieces. How's it going, chatters? Where are you from today?
We got some folks in Germany. We got Tom getting ready to go to work.
There we go.
We have our lovely friends over on Twitch. We got Go West and Princess rating us right here as we open up. Thank you so much, guys. How we doing?
Thank you for doing that. It's very nice of you to do that. We got loads of people in the chat, in both chats, of course, right now. And once again, we will be doing giveaways on the show. So if you're here for that, if you're here for the fun, if you're here to learn something new, or maybe leave suggestions for us or have questions or comments about the Sandbox game, please feel free to do so in the chats over on Twitch and youtube.com, where we can see them live and address your questions as they come in during this show. Conrad?
You know, Joseph.
Yes, sir.
We always call it out, where are you guys at? How you doing? But whenever I see all these different places, it always blows my mind. Like, oh my goodness, the support from around the world.
Yeah.
You got folks, Texas, Chicago, Pittsburgh, and we start seeing around the world. Australia's up. We got Hanzo in Lebanon. Oh my goodness.
Yes. 2 a.m. in Ireland. Singapore in the chat. I love it.
We got some folks over in Mordor. Oh man.
Somebody's coming at us from Conrad's Kitchen, Malaysia, in the chat. We love to see this diverse and expansive metaverse coming together from all over the world in the Sandbox game. Folks, you can see on your screen here today, for those of us who joined us for Season 1's Alpha and or have acquired the Alpha Pass since then, a surprise came down on the official Sandbox Twitter today, a surprise to even me. And that was, for Season 1 Alpha Pass holders, the surprise coming for you soon. Build up your Alpha Armor NFTs with the Alpha Shield, equip it with your Alpha Sword, and get ready to explore the metaverse well protected. Now, the question came in. Is this
for?
I'm sorry, what?
So this is why we say hodl?
That's right. That's right. See, so folks have been asking me for a while. They've been saying, like, well, Sebastian Bourget, the COO of the company, had said, hey, we are going to give rewards to people who were long-term holders of the Season 1 pass. What did that mean? I don't know. You know what I mean? It was one of those things where we talked about it. I had faith in Seb. Seb tends to do very well by the general populace, right? When he's like, hey, we're going to do a thing. All right. We do the thing. So far, you've gotten 130 tickets, which are your chances to get the season 2 pass, up from 30 from the original plan, and a special reward, this NFT shield. So this thematically matches very well with the Alpha Season 1 sword, which you could only get by completing quests, by having the Alpha Pass, and claiming it on the website. Right.
Joe, I wonder how many sad swords are out there without their shields now.
You know what? I don't know. That's true. You got to bring the family together, all right? It's all about family.
Right. It's all about family. It's about family.
Yes. Bubsy7 asks, live here on the show, question, is there a way to join a specific server/portal that a friend is in? Yes, there is, Bubsy. If you're looking to join a specific instance, then all you have to do inside the game client is type /instances, and you could tell your friend which one you are in, or they could tell you which one they're in. Then type /join if you are the person who wants to join your friend. And you do /join space the number of the instance that you saw. So it's probably somewhere like 20,000 and something. And then that'll kick you out of your instance with the other people that you were in a multiplayer space with and pop you into theirs. So you can always join. And you can see Boppy Play is kind of writing it out there. But /join and then like number. And those 5 digits. Assuming we don't get up to 100,000 instances before the end of the quest. Man, my allergies are killing me today, Conrad. I'm telling you.
It's fun. We're both dying on a Monday.
I hope I don't sneeze all over, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I won't do that. I won't do that. I'll sneeze off screen and I can hold it
Joe,
in.
Our friends are wondering, when can we claim this? It's not exactly known to everybody that this was going to happen, right?
Right.
So is there going to be a full armor set? Are we going to get like bonus sets for having the whole thing? What's going on there? When can we claim this?
So I have to do a little speculating on this because, as I mentioned, I had no idea that this was coming down the pipeline, but I'm reading into it a little bit. And it says, build up your alpha armor NFTs. And it makes me think that maybe over the duration, this could expand. I can't confirm that because, once again, this was kind of a quick little drop that kind of came in there. Another thing that I would note is that this, as we're looking, let me see if I can go back to I want to go to the alpha tab first and go to rewards.
All right. Claim it.
Now I'm seeing memorabilia right here. All players reaching level 5 will get the season's memorabilia that will grant them extra rewards for all future seasons. Please note that the memorabilia is not an NFT. So initially I was thinking that it was related to this feature right here, but that doesn't seem to be the case either. So it's going to be interesting as we get more information about this. And of course, I'm going to be asking around myself because this was a nice, fun surprise drop. I like to use it when I'm in combat-based experiences myself, the sword and the hat that I have. So if I'm using those and I get this shield, now I've got an additional stat, benefit when I'm in those combat-based experiences. And I'm very interested to see how this expands because this could lend itself very well to, here's a helmet drop and here's an armor piece drop and a legs drop and a boots drop.
Personally, I don't care how it looks. I'm just excited that there's just more because nobody expected more. I was holding it for the culture.
It's true. So. And the interesting thing is that it does look very similar to the sword. Like it would have been designed by the same potentially like artist, but in a sense that, like, let me see if I'll pull up the Alpha Sword on OpenSea real quick.
Okay.
Or, you know what? It'd be easier to do it on Sandbox.game. Because then I can just go into the market and type Alpha, right?
There's a question here in chat. Why is there a sales end timer at the Alpha Pass Season 1 page on OpenSea?
So the timers that happen on OpenSea are based on the least expensive available unit. And then from there, what that price or how much time you have left on that person's individual listing. So they don't really run out of time per se because of the nature of NFTs, your ability to sell yours if you chose to or whatnot. But if I was speculating, like if I'm trading on speculation, typically you go like, okay, I buy it today, I list it, and I say 24-hour timer, and then it'll delist itself just in case the price goes up really fast or something like that. So you'll always see those kinds of timers. All right, so I see the Alpha Sword here. And as we're looking at the Alpha Sword and we compare it with the shield, you can see how thematically they're very similar, right?
We've got Juan, my friend, you have to click /join instance and figure out how to, and then find the same instance you guys are on if you would like to join each other. Otherwise, you can always enter the portals at the same time, go for that kind of luck or something like that. But otherwise, definitely just join instance. And then don't forget, a lot of the current instances available are not multiplayer experiences.
Sure. And the user Dancing Sweater says an alpha companion would be cool. Pets, monsters, sort of like Final Fantasy minions. And,
Joe, I've been fighting for pets since day one, so I'm right there with you, Dancing. I want a little Dachshund to be following me around.
Well, I'll tell you the interesting thing here is that technically the Alpha Dragon could be like a pet to you, but not in all instances. Like, in order for you to have a pet as an avatar, that's a whole series of new mechanics that would have to be implemented globally for all users, right? And that's a great idea, and it could very well be something that comes through down the road. But in the initial, like right now, you could do it inside the Game Maker. If you were designing an experience, you could make any asset kind of have you on follow and be going around with you like a pet.
Joe, Kristen says Seb's mentioned announced pets before in interviews, so
Yep.
Yeah, I have no doubt. I mean, it's we're still early in this alpha, guys.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's very early, right?
Beta. We still mean alpha.
Right.
We still mean alpha.
It's all about increasing the number of features, listening to community feedback, see where things go. I think the first time that we saw somebody implement that trait, that like an object or a creature was following them, it was done in a pet sense, and they took that. And Seb instantly was like, share it, like, let's go. This is great. Like, I'd love to see it. Thanks for innovating, you know. And so it tends to be that the community-led developers, the creators like yourselves watching, are the ones who are really setting the trends. Same thing happened when somebody made like a helicopter mission in a game, in the Game Maker. It was rudimentary. It was, you know, done using a series of tricks with the camera, with these like invisible ramps that were all around, but it worked very well. And as a result, you know, it was like, okay, now let's possibly make it a priority to do those kinds of traits for, you know, as we continue to flesh it out. But, you know, we're still on the way. We've seen community-led creators that made ranged attacks possible before ranged attacks were possible. And then, of course, you know, Kamisaze, our wonderful friend Alex here, he mentioned like, okay, yes, but also we're definitely working on ranged attacks and we're well into it, and this will be replaced shortly, right? So like all of those sorts of things are good to play with and have fun and get the share on socials and learn the tool. But it works very well.
There are fun ways to make it happen, but we're trying to make quality of life better always.
Right.
And we got some folks asking if this is going to be dropped already. It's coming soon. It's coming soon, guys. This is news to us too. This is awesome.
Yes.
And it's all going to be soon TM. As soon as we find out more information on how to get a hold of your alpha armors, we'll let you guys know because we'll be doing it live.
Yeah, there's a good chance. I would say that for this particular asset, I would expect that it's going to be an airdrop based on the fact that it's a Season 1 pass holder thing.
Right.
But in the past, when you've been a staker on the website, there has been a claim page as well. So it could go either way, but regardless of which way it goes, I think it's a great thing. I love to see it. I'm going to add it to my collection, and I'm going to use it in the game. So let's have a look at another piece of news that I want to talk about here. You guys can see, of course, on my screen that I'm at 9 out of 20 quests, so we're going to be playing those other experiences here coming up. But I want to talk about the raffle tickets and the entries here, because if you were already staking on the website at sandbox.game.
I'm gonna get you here. Over on YouTube, friends, if you guys have a question, please pop question in front of it. Spamming doesn't make me see it any faster. We do still see these questions. Don't worry, guys. Juan, if you type /instances, you can see your instances. Type /join, and you should be able to join up with your friends. Mert, you should be able to enter into all those contests, but the valid contest is only going to be for that day. So we're on day 3 of the contest. So right now, day 3 is only active. You can always enter into them. It's not going to hurt anybody because, it's just getting the word out for the Sandbox. We always appreciate that. And the Sandbox Quest Guider said 3 times, so I requested to be an ambassador on making Sandbox videos. Can you look into it? We cannot. We are not those guys.
You know what? As the lead ambassador, I can and I will answer that question. And because
pardon me.
It is my job to do that. But
roles, titles, they're updating every day.
They're just updating all the time.
Oh my
they're
goodness.
Updating all the time. Rad Condad. It's so our lead community manager, Amy, is in charge of officially approving it. But the way that an ambassador works is that you create content that the community likes. You create content that engages the community. You engage with the community regularly. And then an ambassador may sort of, how do I want to put this? They'll like nominate you in a sense. So they'll be like, hey, Joe, hey, V, hey, Candidly Kristen, like, what do you think about this person? What's going on with them? They're helping out a lot. They're a great community member.
They're doing good stuff.
Exactly. And it doesn't just have to be, of course, we have a lot of like second language English speakers that are helping with the folks who are in the chat in English. But of course, we have ambassadors in other languages as well. Many of them, many different languages. In fact, most of our ambassadors aren't English first, which is great, So if you're looking to make videos specifically, typically we don't give an ambassador role purely on the basis of you made videos. Typically it's how much does it help the community at large. So if you are making videos that are helping the community, then yeah, sure, you could be an ambassador. And we see that with some of those guide creating ambassadors that we have out there, but they do other things as well. And nonetheless, kind of the point being that there's no application process for it. It's us seeing you already helping and saying, thank you for helping. Would you like to be an ambassador? And, I think if VPire was in the chat right now, which I don't think they are, that was exactly the process. So they could attest to it, where I messaged them on Twitter one day and I was just like, do you want to be an ambassador? Because I see that you've made all these YouTube tutorials that people love. You're connecting with people. You're being very nice. You're helping a bunch over on Discord or on Telegram.
Right,
like, how can we expand that to give back to you? And so, it's sort of a thank you for people who are already just enjoying the community anyway.
And, Hodel has a good question. Hodel Hill here.
Sure.
It says, what if I'm better at sarcastic comments than helpful ones? And, me too.
There's a space for that, but I'm not sure that it's the ambassador role. And
right.
So if they're watching live or if they're watching later over on youtube.com, I just want to say that I believe that Lozen Fukum is a perfect example of this. A person who is very nice and connected with the community, and then like personally they like to make those kinds of jokes, those kinds of sarcastic jokes, right? And they have a lot of fun with the people that they start to bring in close. And so there's always a place for that. But when you're in the main bubble, we want to make sure that everybody, it's really hard to understand sarcasm on the internet, right? Especially type.
When there's a language barrier, it kind of messes things up quite a bit.
Yes.
And as we heard from earlier, we have people all around the world, guys. So yes, I do have to control myself quite a bit here with Joe. Moving on, though, we have some folks curious about all sorts of things. Did we send a form yet? We've
Not yet.
mentioned that you can win an Alpha Pass with just one raffle ticket. It's true. You can win an Alpha 2 Pass with just one. But of course, having more is going to increase your chances. That answers that question.
So, real quick, I want to touch on it because I'm seeing somebody reply to it in text as well, saying that it's impossible to get one raffle ticket. But really, you could end up with one raffle ticket if you, let's say, staked only enough sand to get the one raffle ticket, but never did a quest. So it is possible.
Just did nothing
so it's
else.
a good question in that. Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
right.
If you did, yeah. But nonetheless.
Oh, man. And what NFTs are we getting in Season 2? That's a question.
Sure. So outright, on the rewards, there is no NFT reward in this season. Outright.
Just that sand, right?
Just the sand. That's what you can see it when you look at the when you look at that rewards tab. You can see what is there. The memorabilia is not an NFT, so it is, however, a bonus that, again, if I'm speculating a little bit, it's going to relate to the same way that we get a bonus for Season 1 feedback form or Season 1 Alpha Pass, that sort of thing. So the memorabilia, being that it's account associated and not an NFT, I think this is also a good thing in another way because you can't sell it. So when you end up invariably, of course, coming back and playing more in Season 3, well, you'll have the memorabilia regardless of what you did with your NFTs.
Right, right. And we have another question. Are some of these maps going to be templates on the Game Maker?
They are not. They are not currently scheduled as templates.
Okay.
So I'm going to go back to something that I was kind of touching on as we got started, as we were looking at these raffle tickets. Because people have been interested in how you can earn by staking additional tickets to help increase your chances of getting that season pass, right? And maybe you have been staking at the Sandbox and your number, you know, I have quite a lot staked, so I racked this up to the 200 points well before the end of the, you know, the season here. But if you're at like 50 or you're at 10 or something like that, 5 out of 200, and you're thinking, how can I get this starting to roll up faster? Make sure that you check your account for your earnings here, because once a week you can click the claim button on there on the staking section and you can compound your earnings. So I did this just before the show started because I wanted to showcase, you know, kind of what that looks like. But you claim the tickets here, you'll have a gasless transaction possible on the Polygon network. So you're not paying anything in fees. And then you do the deposit, once again, gasless transactions. So claim your extra earnings. And that's also going to help toward this community staking score here, because you'll be staking more M-Sand and, of course, be increasing these earnings here. So just a tip, if you haven't already checked, give it a look, see if you can get yourself restaked and compound those earnings.
Right, right. And just to kind of finish it up here before we move on to actually playing some games, because it is 6:30, Joe.
You know what? We're going, friend.
We go into it quick. And yes, the Alpha Season 2 pass is an NFT itself. And how good of a chance do we have to win a pass if we have 500 tickets? We have 500 tickets worth to win.
Yeah. I mean, the maximum that a person could have is 1,100. And then, so, you know, if you take, let's say, absolute worst case scenario, you have 500 and everybody else on the planet has 1,100. We know that's not true. But, because I don't have it right in front of your eyes, right? I'm not going to get the extra Snoop Dogg private pass. I'm not going to have the land allocation probably by then. But yeah. I mean, I'm going to get the 500 from the quest. So 500 out of 1,100, that's about 40% compared to, you know, is everybody at 500? There's probably going to be loads of people who are like that. But 40% of your possible tickets, and there's 2 million registered users, daily active users. You know, what is that number? I don't have that off the top of my head, but let's assume that 100,000 people play in the alpha, completing all the quests. Then you've got, you know, 1 out of 10 times 40% chance of getting it, if that was
Our friend
the case.
over on Twitch says it perfectly. Red Castle, you have to believe in the heart of the cards.
Thank you. See, that's the real answer right there.
It's really hard to say, folks.
Yeah. It's all about how many users participate, and then,
right.
you know, and people are loving the product right now. I know that when I saw the metrics, we're up like 40% on the amount of time a person spends per play session. We've got more active users, certainly, than season 1. We've got, you know, just more quests and more experiences that they want to go play in. You know, there's always a certain percentage of people who come in and then they get in the lobby and then they're like, okay, I've seen it. And they'll log out or whatever. Doesn't matter how, you know, how huge your game is. You've got some people who bought Skyrim and have 0 hours on it, you know. But it's kind of the same thing. So there's all different ways that we could try to do the math, but in reality, you've got good odds by participating and better odds by completing all the quests.
And Joe,
yes, sir.
we have some folks seeing a lot of different types of contests that aren't necessarily directly linked to the sandbox. You know, maybe like a game jam or some other things happening with like the fun guy. Just note, folks, that of course, always be careful of scams. Do your research. Don't be automatically trusting to something that is not directly linked to the sandbox. True. As you can see here, the website that Joseph has been hanging out on the entire time. We can trust that website, thesandbox.com, or Sandbox Game, rather.
Yes. So we had a
right there. That's going to trick you sometimes too. So
that's true. That's a good point. And touching on that, I would recommend that, especially with the alpha being what it is, there's a lot of eyes on it, a lot of stuff going on Google with like fake websites and stuff like that. So make sure that you only, first of all, for competitions that are happening from communities like the Fun Guy family or the game jams that we have, those are, for the most part, I haven't seen people try to like scam anybody with those. We've had good stuff. Fun Guy family, of course, is one of our Game Maker Fund friends here. So, you know, we know we can trust those. Right. But be on the lookout for anything that asks you for your passwords or anything that asks you for your seed phrases. Don't ever scan a QR code, you know, all that kind of stuff. Those are the huge red flags. Because when we do game jams, we don't ask you for account information per se. We say, like, what's your public wallet address? What's your email? What's your name? And those things go on to those forms. But they'll always be on for the official The Sandbox Game contest. You can go to Medium or sandboxgame.medium.com or medium.com/sandbox-game, and you'll see these contests going on here. Now, the community events, those that are run, typically we address them as they come through, or at least when I can see them. If I see them on social where somebody, you know, if Seb gives them 5,000 sand and says, you know, go do a speed run contest, I'll try to address it on the show as well, you know. But aside from that, we got another thing going on, and I want to talk about this real quick.
Oh, yeah.
So Alex Florez, my co-host on Saturday, the host of the Wednesday show here earlier on in the day, has 3 collections of assets that are available at bid for the next 48 hours, roughly. It says 2 days left over on OpenSea. These are bundles of assets that are available currently supporting those folks in the Ukraine. So if you're interested in doing so, you can look them up. It's under the title Sandfam-support. All right, and there are 3 bundles in the collection. This bundle right here speaks to me, as of course we give away one of these NFT assets on this show. But Alex has included it. Yes, the whole collection, and it looks to me like most of these assets are coming directly out of Alex's wallet. If I'm right about this. Because
I don't think you're mistaken.
There's only 10 of this hat right here, this little Wizzy hat. It's the one that I wear in the game right now. There's only 10 of those in the world. It's almost impossible to get this sand coin fountain that Alex had created. It's just an asset, of course. It doesn't give you sand per se, but you can use it inside your experiences when you create them. The Wizzy collection for the NFTs, the Santa Wizzy we gave away Christmas 2 years ago on the stream for everybody who was on the stream, but that was only like 200 people. And then the original Wizzy, limited to 200. The Gilded or Wizzy the Golden here, that one was only available if you were staking about a year ago now. Of course, you got the Alpha Sword, the Alpha Dragon, the Alpha Gate. So a great bundle. And then an entire equipment set as well on the side here. But these are great bundles for a great cause. So if you want to check them out, if you need some more assets to add to your collection, not only collectibles, but things that can help you create inside the Sandbox game, great bundles available right now. Go check them out over at opensea.io/collection/sandfam-support. And Conrad, for giving all questions here, I gotta go get myself in this alpha because I've been holding out all day.
Right.
I've been sitting here sipping my coffee, thinking like filling time playing Gran Turismo as I'm waiting to get in here and play for you guys. And I gotta get my quest done. I caught up. The last time we were live here, I was hanging out in the Sandbox game. I still had 4 quests that I didn't finish because I wanted to do all the AMA, but I got all that caught up. Let me turn this way down. Forgive me. I don't want to blow your ears out, friends. But yeah, I got all caught up with my quests. I hung out in some social hubs for a while. We partied on Saturday right after the show. I went around and played more. And what kind of? It looks like I got a question coming in from the
We got
RT.
a lot of questions.
Lots of questions. All right. Well, catch me up here as soon as I finish answering this one. Does it cost sand to create NFTs on the marketplace? Excuse me. So when users will be able to create NFTs, not all. In fact, few users can do this right now. For the most part, it's just those people who are in the artist program. But that will change in the future. When you can, you don't use sand to make that happen. You use the blockchain that it is native to. Currently, that's ETH. Later, it will be on Polygon Network. So you would use Matic tokens. And then you need gems and catalysts to define the traits of the asset. So when you want to mint, like, for example, the Alpha Sword, let me pull that back up really quickly. If I go back to, maybe I can just go to my inventory. That's actually easier. Okay, so if I pull up the Alpha Sword, or any of these assets that were minted, you can choose to mint them without having these traits, in which case you would just pay the on-chain fee, but they wouldn't have any statistics. If you want them to have stats, then you've got to use the catalyst, which is the number of gem slots that it would have, and it defines the rarity of the object. And then the gems themselves, which define the traits of the object. So as I click on the Alpha Sword, you can see there that the catalyst has 3 slots, making it an epic catalyst, and the power and speed are defined by the gems that were put into the object. So this Alpha Sword increases the speed of your character by 24 points and 49 points of power. Those are kind of relative stats, but you'd see those in the game when you get into a combat-based experience. So those are the 3 things you need. The gems and catalysts will be ERC20 tokens. So later, when you're staking... I'm sorry?
Go ahead. You were about to say it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so when you're staking sand in your land, you're actually generating those later, right? As we get further into development and this feature is fully fleshed out and, the certificates are verified for the smart contracts, you'll be generating catalysts, you'll be generating gems of all types, then catalysts of all types. And you can see this, I think if I go to my profile, I can see it right there. It says my catalyst down here. So currently I haven't had this staking mechanism, of course. So I don't have legendary catalysts, epic, rare, commons. I don't have the gems, but all of these will be generated as ERC20 tokens, and you'll be able to trade them amongst each other. If you're like, hey, I got a bunch of power tokens, but I want magic tokens, then you can trade them back and forth, just as any other ERC asset is. So those will be the things that are consumed when you want to create that art Otherwise, once again, you can do it without. If you want to make it like we make the alpha pass here with nothing in it, there it is. There's nothing in it. All right.
Okay.
So let's do a little
Now
video
that we're back
gaming.
into it, PG Live PT, after we asked her this question that some of these assets, like all of these different maps are not going to be available in the Game Maker, it says, but one avatar in the XYZ club said that if I want to be a club owner, I could find a template on the Game Maker. So apparently there is some dialogue implying that eventually these might go to the Game Maker.
Sure.
Is that what I'm reading there?
Not as they are designed.
Okay.
The template that they're talking about is essentially templates in the Game Maker, because each individual creation is hand created by the artist, by the designer. So you as a designer, you could make a club, and we've seen them. We've seen people make clubs. You can check them out in the gallery right now. But when you're inside the maker, you're not necessarily able to pull the template for like Rusty Cliff that's sitting up here and to the right. But because for a variety of reasons, for one, it's not published into the Game Maker client at all. That was designed in-house and then directly exported to the Metaverse rather than
where are we at today, by the way, in your instance?
Oh, well, what I'm looking for here, if I'm going back to the play section, I could do this faster, but I'm going to find it in the space here. NFT Institute, I got 3 quests to do there. Right. And then the Hong Kong Star Ferry Pier, which has 10 quests available, is also in the space. So,
okay. And where are we at instance-wise?
If I can block it. Sorry. Okay, you can see the instance that I'm in currently inside the portal hub, but that's going to change when I go into these experiences. Were you got a little sneezy, boy?
No, I'm blocking it. It is 20802, people. 20802. And that's going to change constantly.
You're blocking the number?
Of course I was.
It's toxic, friend. Toxic.
First come, first serve.
The section that says you are here, Conrad. It's better. All right.
Right.
So let's see here. Rooftop a la mode, that one unlocked the other day. We had a lot of fun with that. How did you guys feel about that? I had a lot of fun doing that little parkour competition with you guys the other day.
No, that was pretty rad.
Pretty rad.
Check that out. I thought it was pretty rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that answers your other question there, PT. I am RadConDad on Twitter. You can always find me over there.
There we go.
Send me your animals.
I don't want to go in these other portals because I feel like I could, and that would be spoilery. So I'm trying to avoid the spoilers. And I can't recall where I saw the South China Morning Post space at. I know it's here.
I don't know. I believe in you. I'm going to move on to some more questions.
Absolutely.
Because I got some people starting to repeat themselves here, getting some panic rolling up in the chat.
Let's get it.
Jared over on YouTube says, how is the Sandbox team going to stop people from creating multiple accounts, grinding quests all day, getting those 500 tickets on multiple accounts? People literally doing this like it's a full-time job. How do you stop bots?
For the submissions, for the interest of submitting, we have discretionary measures, and we've discussed this kind of at length over the missing parts. But it's reasonable to say that a family is playing together because it's fun. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Look at all these people dancing on it. Lil Buddha trying to help me out.
Hey.
All right. Ravuni, Kenko trying to help me out. Show me where this pier is. If they're grinding it like it's a full-time job,
it's gonna be noticeable.
It's gonna be noticeable because you're gonna see, like, you're gonna have IP information. You're gonna have, once again, there was some registration things. I see CT1 in the chat here, so I'm gonna use you as an example, CT. If I see CT1 at hotmail.com, CT2 at hotmail.com, CT3 at hotmail.com, or at hotmail.com, I'm going to think, oh, that's a little suspect, and you may be ineligible for winning, right? But that said, once again, we have to use discretion because I actually own and use an email that is S0100110101001001 at hotmail.com. Dead serious. That's my email. I could reply to you if you sent me one there. All right. And so if if that's the case and it's just one user doing that, then we can't assume that they aren't doing things, honestly.
Right. There's all sorts of ways to find bots. We have different things that are always going to be implemented as things go on.
All right.
Don't worry, the team is active. It's an alpha, guys. It's an alpha.
Oh, these are awesome.
Oh.
So during the test, I wasn't able to see some of these details. Swimmers crossing the Wanchai Golden Bohina Square.
Bohina, yeah.
Somebody correct me on that. Public pier during the New World Harbor Race in 2017. That's cool.
Oh, that is fun.
The 64th annual Cross Harbor Swim Race in the Victoria Harbor in 1976. Is this the same place?
Folks, don't be confused. I got Joseph up here for me.
What happened?
I'm not just staring off into the ether here.
Yeah. But after I finished the quest, it unlocked these wonderful images from
I haven't seen these.
Their actual news articles, right? An undated black and white photo of the annual Cross Harbor
We'll get back
Swim.
to your questions here in just a moment, folks. I gotta appreciate some good art.
Kowloon Ferry. Oh yeah, wait. What's up? That's you. That's you, friend. And the Edinburgh Place Ferry Pier. 3rd generation Star Ferry Pier in 1979.
Love it. I love it.
That's awesome. So I completed a quest and I got a little backstory here.
Well, before we move on any further here, Joe, is there any kind of forums that we want to check out, maybe?
Forum? Like the place where you type to chit-chat among your friends?
Not like among your friends, but like something's for folks in the chat to fill out.
Oh, form.
Form, yeah.
Yeah. What time is it? It's only 6:49. We gotta make you wait a little bit.
A little bit longer? Are you kidding?
A little bit longer. We got to get 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes. We got it. We got this, friend.
Oh,
we gotta get these quests done, all right? We gotta show the people what it's all about. Did you meet the deckhands? I too started this one back in 1984. Oh, I still remember the design of those navy blue uniforms. I wonder where Joseph, I kept them. Yes, sir.
We do have Bruh on YouTube asking, will Sandbox support 10K generative avatar projects made by individuals?
Yes. Well, kind of. So, currently, the 10K generative sorts of projects that we support are, in a sense, just the... Okay, so I Voxel Bunny, right? Voxel Bunny, I mentioned them a few times. They did the work for the Snoop 10K project. We've got other artists that are working on redacted 10K projects. Still other artists that are working on redacted 20K avatar projects that are representative of profile picture projects that we are partners with in-house. Can you and your project become a partner and potentially get some of our fantastic artists to work on your redacted project name? Yeah, you could. It just requires a little connecting with the community out here, and you'd have an opportunity to do that. But there are certain budgetary concerns to consider, right? As with any partnership, there's cross trading, sort of cross collaboration that is necessary. So for one of our partners, which is already confirmed, the Clone X, right? We own some Clone X as the Sandbox game, but they also have some fees when you trade, them multiple times, right? So the Artifact team makes the partnership, and I don't know the details of the deal or whatnot, but it's pretty standard stuff. So you say okay, well, this portion of the fund was intended for marketing or marketable purposes, or this other portion of the fund was intended for additional utility purposes. And so those funds that come from those 10K projects go back into paying for an asset designer to make that project happen. And then how do we translate it? So I would have to project, of course, that over time, the way that we do this would become more publicized so that just anybody could make their 10K project translate. But for now, multiple 10K projects are absolutely doing that. What's up with this guy? This guy's a little gorilla just getting a snack. Get a little snack.
Here we are.
What you got in there? You got a juice box?
And yes, we are optimizing always QD for wonderful computers like Macs going on in the future.
That's true.
I don't have the exact requirements on hand. It's on my PC. Do you have those Mac requirements by chance available? We have some folks asking in the chat.
I don't, but I know that we tested on a MacBook that had, or MacBooks rather, varying from the i5 Intel edition MacBooks up through the new M1 edition MacBooks. So, oh, here we go. Welcome to Hong Kong in 1984.
Thank you, FG. Yes, it is Radcon Dad over on Twitter. I appreciate that one.
Right. Sorry,
and
traveler.
Here we go.
Hurt my back.
Sparky says, a question, some of us asking today if we need ETH to pay gas fees if we win a pass. Is there a different delivery system between passes won through streams, weeklies, contests, raffles, et cetera, et cetera?
Oh no, I hit that person.
Is it just yes all above? Got to have that ETH?
It's yes, need ETH in order to do the thing.
Okay.
I can say that because I did it. And not with the current one, but in our internal test, you needed ETH to claim the sand, and you needed ETH to get the pass into your account as well. Ultimately, it was, I think, like $30-$40 worth of ETH for both transactions, maybe a little more. I can't recall off the top of my head, but in reality, if you're claiming 500 sand at, you know, what it is right now, I don't know what that number is off the top of my head, but you know, $2.86, right? And you're getting 500 sand, then you're talking about $1,400 for $50 worth of ETH. You know, borrow some from a friend if you need to, but it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
Is there any chance Sandbox will be on mobile?
Yes. But
originally it was, wasn't it?
So the Sandbox Evolution was on mobile, had 40 million downloads on the iOS and the Google Play Store. So that's our bread and butter. It's where we live and breathe, right? But the Sandbox currently, with the blockchain iteration, the Sandbox game. So this version will come to mobile, but we're going to start on PC. And then after PC builds and Mac builds, right, are all completed, Windows and Mac rather, then we get up to version 1.0. That's when we're going to start development on mobile and see how it transitions. Some users have asked recently, and I'm seeing it's getting shared huge on Twitter right now, but the ability to play with a controller, and it's fairly easy if you can get a remapping tool to use a controller with the client right now. But we'll be implementing controller support as part of the console support, which comes after mobile support. Maybe before. I mean, it's been pretty huge, and I do fully intend to go like, hey, look at how much the community really wants this right now. But we'll see where that goes as time goes along.
Right. And then Randuxy on YouTube asks, is there a way to switch wallets that are linked to your account if my wallet may be compromised?
No.
And you maybe
just the opposite. You can switch emails and usernames that are associated with wallets, not the wallet itself, because ultimately the wallet is the account. So, you know, regardless of what your username is, you can change that. You can change your email, you know, you can change your password. But the ability to log into the website comes through the wallet first. The client itself logs in with the email associated with the wallet. And the same is true with the the creations that you make in the Game Maker or what you make in VoxEdit. It all is referenced back to the wallet that's associated with that email. So I'm very quickly passing around a lot of leaflets or messages in the game.
And finally, I get to Game Dizzy's question here. Trust me, I see you guys. Don't worry. Will premium lands, for example, generate more than common lands when it comes to the catalyst? Not at all.
So what defines a premium land inside the Sandbox game is the proximity to partners and otherwise desirable land locations, and the fact that they are bundled on the initial sale with those NFTs that you can only get by purchasing that bundle, or of course buying them later over on secondary. So the premium space is essentially the location of it as it gets, I tell people about this all the time over on Discord, but when you're looking to buy a premium land on secondary, if you want it to be as premium as what it was once originally sold, then you'll want that to come as a bundle with the assets that it was originally sold with. Otherwise, you're accepting that the price is worth the relative marketability of the space, in a sense. Like if I'm back here, and as they are a partner of ours, I'm going to go back to the map and I'm going to show you, let's say premium lands up here at the top that are next to the Bored Ape space, or you know what, Cyberkongs is a good example of this, right over here. So if I click on this, it's going to say it was premium, but the premium was when it was sold. And you can see on the map all those yellow tiles were the other premiums that it was around. And they're always adjacent to partners in this way. The Binance lands, if I click over here, because it wasn't part of the sale in that block, this one isn't listed as premium, but does still have close proximity to a Binance land. So if Binance becomes highly desirable, then this value-wise could be as valuable as a premium land, but this Binance space was distributed to Binance in a time where there wasn't a premium land. They didn't exist. But if I go back up here and I go to like OliveX, you can see the premiums again allocated, and the only ones that are on this little mini map in the top right that aren't showing as premium are ones that are reserved by the Sandbox game for awards or partners in the future or Game Maker Fund sorts of projects, that sort of thing. So if I click up by Fantasy Islands here, it looks like a couple of these already sold, but some of them are listed as premium here, and some people have changed some of the images, which is cool. That's good. So we've got, that's really all that a premium land is, and I hope that you can kind of understand that it is at time of sale, that bundle, and the proximity to potentially desirable partnerships.
Right. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to get that traffic. That's really what the hope is there.
All right,
and then we get Crypto Dude saying, "Hey, question. I've been wondering what speed and magic do on equipment like swords. I don't know I know what power does, but what about magic? I'm eyelining an item for $10 sand, or $9.99 sand, but it says magic. What does that do?"
Sure. So as we are still through and in production of it, these things can change at any time. But essentially, magic is meant to be a trait that correlates with ranged attacks in the future. Is that going to be, at the end of the day, kind of what translates? We'll see what happens, right? As we are in an alpha, things once again flex based on your feelings as a community. Do you believe that it makes sense to operate in the way that it does? Should it be called magic if it affects a bow and arrow?
Nah.
Probably, but also no. Yeah, like mechanically, as Conrad is like, nah, that doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like mechanically, they're both ranged attacks. So,
you gotta link them to something.
Right, but should it be called magic? Should it be called magic? Should we change the name of the gem from magic to something else. I don't know. You know, it's all going to continually adapt to the needs of the community. So we'll see
as
where
we're
it goes.
coming up to 7:02 here for us in our local time.
Yes, sir.
We still have
Sounds like
plenty
we
of
want to do a
other
little
questions.
giveaway, huh? Sounds like we want to do a
I'm
little.
getting antsy. It's killing me.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think, chat? You want to do a little giveaway?
There's still plenty of questions. Don't worry, folks. We do see you. But I think I just want to do a little giveaway.
All right. All right. Well, I made it all the way through 1982 there. Did a whole bunch of quests in 1982. Talk to this fine gentleman. Here we go. Give him the rope. I can go talk to the captain here in a second. Return the ropes to the captain. But before I return the ropes to the captain, I'm going to do one of those forms. Which one? What do you want to start it out with, chat? What do you want to start out with? I already know what the answer is. I'm going to do the Wizzy hat.
They're going to want an alpha, right?
They're going to want the alpha pass. But, you know, it's tradition on this live stream to give away an NFT as well. So let's do an NFT real quick. I'm going to go to the marketplace right now. And if this is the first time you're joining us right here on the Sandbox Game live stream, you know, or you don't know rather, but you do now, that we give away NFTs on the show. And right now we've got a Wizzy the Green's lucky hat. This hat is an adaptation of a design that you in the community, while watching live, worked with Alex Florez to create. All right. The core design of all of the Wizzy assets, the main Wizzy characters, all of that done through feedback by you and using his hand. So now the Wizzy the Green lucky hat can be given away on streams like this one. There's just 200 that will ever exist. There are currently 23 owners. Each individual can only win once. So I'm going to share the form here in just a second. You can wear this inside of any combat-based experience in the Sandbox game. And as a warning, if you are the winner today, just keep in mind that these are only distributed by Alex themselves. So that means that sometimes there can be a delay. I know with the last set, he just distributed today like 13, 14 of them. Maybe it was yesterday. Time doesn't exist, you know what I mean? He distributed them all at once because there's a lot of work to be done in an alpha. So, you know, make sure that you use a little discretion. Please, if it's taken a little while, don't worry, you're on the list. If for some reason there was ever an error when you were not on the list accurately, you can always send me a video of me saying out loud who you are and that you won. And I can always correct it on the forum to get you added into the list to getting one of these beautiful NFTs here. So, I haven't had the chance to play with the Game Maker, but how tall can a land be? Is the max height dependent on the amount of land you have? All right, Kenko. The height is 128 total meters from the absolute floor to the absolute ceiling. A meter is 32 voxels tall. All right, so a character, when we're standing here in the game, my character is 2 meters tall. So you can see an example of a single block right here. And you've got 128 of those tall from the absolute floor to the absolute ceiling. You could fill it up however you want. 96 meters square on the ground level here. So from the furthest distance out that direction, furthest distance out this direction, 96 meters, and then 128 meters in height. So you can see that they've built a nice little sort of like skyscraper here. It doesn't appear to me like they're working from the absolute floor. There's certainly some underground to go. And I know that based on that time travel instance, that there's actually a lot going on that you can't even see under the ground here because they rebuilt the central pier a whole second time under the ground.
YouTube must hate me right now because it's not letting me post that form properly. Can you do that for me there, Joe?
I did the form. Did the form. I don't know if it... There you go. I'll do it again. There you go. We did the form twice. Forgive me. I did the form twice. So there's another link to the form. It's not coming from the Sandbox game because of the issues we had with the chat client today. So you're seeing it come from me, Joseph Matting. I got a VX. Vision X right here. So I'm going to link it like a whole bunch of times on YouTube. Sorry for spamming you, YouTube. Just want you to see it, okay? Can you not see it? I linked it. There's like a million people.
I'm not seeing it.
Saying no form.
Yeah, we're not seeing it. I posted it as well, and it didn't show up.
What's going on? Maybe we can't do links.
I have no idea.
Oh no, YouTube! Oh, we can't, no!
YouTube, we can't do links. Oh, YouTube. Oh, YouTube, join us on Twitch real quick, everybody. I'm so sorry.
YouTube.com. If I could recommend you go over to twitch.tv. We're getting our chat service is having to be refreshed. For those people who are joining us late here today, we had an issue where everybody in the company got all logged out at the same time that uses the restream.io chat service. But the only person who can make sure that we all get logged back in is Sebastian. And Sebastian, of course, after working a long day, as any good person does, they log out. They go to sleep. So we're like, hey, can we get that? And he's like, yeah, I'll send it over here. It's going to take a while. So he gets the link and he sends over the link. But I don't know if he was in the middle of something or whatnot, because it was like dinner time for him, or later than that even in France. And
folks on YouTube, we can't send the description or a link to.
I literally can't even edit. The problem is that I can't edit.
Sandbox Official YouTube. Over on Twitch right now, my guys.
Yes. So go to twitch.tv/thesandboxgame if you're joining us on YouTube, or you're joining us on Twitter right now. If you want to be eligible for the form, I'm going to leave it up. Programmer BR, don't worry. I'm going to send it in a second. I'm seeing lots of people who are first-time chats. Thank you for being here. We're going to send it just a bunch of times here. We only have 290 responses, and usually we've been packing in a good 600 people
400,
or more.
600, yeah.
We've peaked at 1,000 a couple different times during these streams, so forgive me.
As long as if you guys can just visit and just see the chat itself, you probably don't have to actually log in, but
open the boxes. It's just because YouTube won so many times. You know what I mean? That's why the restream logged out for us. All right.
With spaces.
We'll go with it. That's canon. We'll go with it. But you can see in the time of 20 minutes while I was answering questions here on the live stream, 7 deaths. Oops. 0 kills. That's right. Why would I want to do that? 10 quests completed.
I'm gonna try and post the forum, but with extra spaces here. We're gonna try and.
Oh, you're gonna do the nonsense? Is that what you're saying over on YouTube?
Yeah, we're gonna try and trick the system here. We're gonna have to kill some. I have no idea if it went through because it doesn't tell me. It shows that I posted it, but it doesn't show me if I actually sent it through.
I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try the old. Did that work?
No,
that didn't work.
I didn't see it.
Google's real good about that. All right.
Right. I'm so sorry, YouTube, DLive, Theta, all of those other Facebook. Oh my goodness! Please just join us over on the chat.
We'll get you. You know what? You know what, guys? How about this?
Rad Condad, that is me. It is the legit link right there. I am a moderator. How's it going?
Yeah, Rad Condad. I got it too. The Vision X. You're seeing we've got moderator swords on. You know we're real. All right, over on Twitch.
Oh man!
Thank you for showing up from YouTube. I know it's wild. Kind of got stuck in the SCMP poster quest. How could I get up there? Tarn 92. If you want to get up there, all you have to do is talk to the last quest giver, and it should kill you and respawn you up there.
Oh man!
We tried to put the link with the space in it. Punish. I promise you that. Try to do it. Google's like we're smarter than that, friend.
I tried that as well, Kristen.
There is no .com, Humanic. It's a forms.gle.
Yep.
And that's a Google link, and they're still like, nah, dog.
Having Con in the name is kind of sus. I get it.
Having Con in the name. His name is Conrad. Right.
I've considered on changing my name to just Rad. Don't worry.
Just Rad. I don't think you could get that on many platforms, you know?
Oh no, my real life name. Because I am Conrad. And Con portion of it is just a little.
Keeper Top Shot says I commented it on YouTube. Keeper Top Shot, you're running into the exact same problem Conrad and I are. You commented it. You can see your name having put the link there. you see that it did not highlight it as a URL, and no one else can see the comment that you made.
At Polyvoxel, we don't have the logins, unfortunately, because it's company-wide.
Yep. Yeah. So the issue is that in order for us to log back in, you have to, once every certain number of days, the service that we have, you have to change the password. And the password is only associated with a single email. And the single email, the only person who has access to that email is Seb. And it's 7:12 p.m. my time, meaning it's like 3 a.m. where Seb is. And Seb is, I go out on a limb. Maybe I'm wrong. Busiest person in the company. So you're like, hey, I need this. And he's like, okay, let me get it for you. And then you send it. And like, while he's in a meeting, he's trying to answer your question. And then it's like, okay, I sent it. And then it's like, okay, well, it didn't come to me. Maybe it went to somebody else. You know what I mean? If he typed Alex and it was Alex's email at Alex's personal, we won't be able to tell until we get back to them. So it's just a day. It's just a day. You know what I mean? We'll get it fixed tomorrow. If it's not fixed tomorrow, it'll be fixed the next day. But until then, we're putting it up 1,000,000 times over on twitch.tv/thesandboxgame to get the greatest number of responses possible. So pop in just for a second, click the link, move on back, do whatever you want. Vivianish, I saw what you sent me. We do have discussions going on about multiple different, supports there. I know you asked a few days ago. Responses aren't, or decisions about ambassadors and moderators are not made on a very short-term basis. However, because, right now we have a third-party company that have some people that come in and help in our Discord, in our Telegram specifically. Some of them are from India. Some of them are from the Philippines. We've got some of them from in the Korea region, I believe. And it's just a matter of hiring another one, essentially. And, that could be you, but I forget what the name of that third-party company is off the top of my head. Wonder if you can pin the comment. We can't because we're not the Sandbox Game over on YouTube. That's the issue.
Yeah,
is on YouTube.
Unfortunately.
Can I switch account? Which account am I? Yep, no. I don't have that one on YouTube. I have them over on Twitter. Like, I have the Twitter.
Do everything on Twitch today, thankfully. So
just doing it all on Twitch. There. We're hanging out. All right. What about the last part of it? It always starts with forums.gle/. Let's try that. Let's try that. I don't know if it'll work.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Okay. Can you see that comment, Conrad? From me on YouTube?
No.
No?
No.
Sorry, chatters. We tried our best. Okay, I've got 605 responses right now.
Hey, that sounds right.
There's clearly a good amount of flow coming in from YouTube.
Right.
So I want to do the first giveaway. This is the Wizzy the Green's lucky hat. In the meantime, if you wanted to win an Alpha Season 2 pass, then head over to twitch.tv/thesandboxgame. We're going to do another giveaway immediately after this one. Let's close it down. All right. RNG. Here we go. Where's my RNG? User number 426 on the form is a winner.
And this is a random generator that Joe is doing here.
That's right. 426, right? That's what I just said. Let me check that RNG again. Yep. Okay. And this one happens to be somebody who was on YouTube who came over to Twitch. Suzanne, SUZAN 7 on youtube.com. User number 426.
Hey.
Susan.
See, a YouTube winner still won.
YouTube can still win.
I love it.
Yay for YouTube converts, Petey Gross says. That's what I'm talking about.
And there was a solid suggestion from Tiger's White Son. Can we marble race for Alpha Pass?
Ooh.
I would love to do some marble racing to
Dude, I never looked at how you even do that. How do you do a marble race?
It's pretty simple. I mean, gonna get everybody linked up and then.
How do you do the marble race?
As long as you have it downloaded.
I don't have it downloaded.
You have to have it downloaded and linked to your Twitch. That's the thing.
Do it for tomorrow.
We'll look into that one.
Do it for tomorrow.
We'll definitely
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Then
Because we want to
yeah,
do parkour races for these alpha passes. We want to make sure people
yeah.
are
Maybe
active
tomorrow's
and
a day of
involved.
contest. No, wait. When does that unlock on the map? I think we talked about that briefly.
Yeah, we were going to do the NFT Institute, right?
The NFT Institute is out today, and I need to go there. So maybe
Yeah.
tomorrow we could do. Well, that wouldn't be fair. That wouldn't be fair to everybody because you can't fit that many people in the NFT Institute.
No, I mean unless we could uncap it.
Yeah. I don't. We're not going to fit 1,000 people in there, even if we uncapped it. We catch a server on
It'd be
fire.
fun though.
We catch a
It'd be fun to
server
watch
on
it.
fire.
Oh man.
All right. Yes, I did close it. No GRD. That form. That was the Wizzy form. Season 7 won the Wizzy the green hat, but we're going to do another form right now. So stick with us on YouTube. I'm sorry, on twitch.tv. You guys got to get over to Twitch. Twitch.tv/the Sandbox Game. Because that's the only place, unfortunately, that we can link that information.
Unfortunately, today is a day of broken restream.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
We'll
work with it. We'll work with it.
600 people try that parkour, like just a flow, just a giant.
It would be amazing if everybody could do it at
avatars.
once. I know we were going to do like a tournament style thing for fun, but that's going to be a little different. All right.
Oh man. Well, while you get that second one going out there, let me see if I can't catch that.
So I put another form out over on twitch.tv real quick. I'm sorry. I put it out right now. I'm going to keep spamming it out.
A brand new forum, please only click on them if they are coming from them swords. If you see the moderator sign from Rad Condad and the Vision EX.
That's right. We have a sword. It's green. It means we're real. I should give more green swords to our friends, our ambassador friends.
They're wonderful folks out there. Well, let's get some questions here.
Still seeing a lot of congrats coming out on YouTube. Makes me think you guys are a little bit behind.
It might be. Well, they might be just saying congrats because Susan won.
It's true.
Might be happy just celebrating over there, man.
What a champion.
You know how it goes.
Susan
got it. YouTube is kind of laggy, a Twitch user says. Ooh.
Oh, forgive me.
That might be an issue.
That might be. That
might be a part of our restream issue today.
Yeah.
Right. But Crypto Zulu says, my friend comes over and plays on my computer because his computer cannot handle Sandbox. Hope we don't get flagged. You should be fine.
Yeah, that's one of those like use our discretion sorts of situations. It's not like It's not like you were like, hey, yeah, I hosted a LAN party and there's 36 of us here playing the Sandbox every single day. You know, that would be very unlikely. Never going to happen. Levels of unlikely.
Right.
All right.
Oh, man. All righty. And then Aeromaster 1252 says, when will the marketplace be open for anyone to mint?
Well, first we're going to have the integration with the Polygon network direct. That's going to be the first signal that we're close. So when you're seeing all the assets and you'll see like a big announcement, it's like, hey, all assets have been converted to the Polygon network. Then you'll see all lands have been converted to the Polygon network. That's going to be another sign for you that we're close. And the announcement would be very shortly after that.
What instance?
In terms of when, it has more to do with the... I'm sorry, what?
What instance are you in?
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm in the instance with Great Job Tommy. That's what I know. Great Job Tommy. This is the map where they became, immortal. Because they did this race better than anybody else. This section right now.
Oh, we got 2808 over here.
Yes, 2,808. And you know what? That's part of the map right here, Doc.
Is there anybody working on VR support?
I'm sorry.
Right at this moment, I can't say that anybody's working on VR support, but there's so many folks on the dev team working on all sorts of different quality of life and different features. I love it. So if the Sandbox gets VR, oh boy.
Yeah, in terms of our priority list, it is on the bottom. Like, it is the lowest priority feature right now because, quite frankly, there's way more people who have a mobile phone than do have a VR headset. So that's going to take a priority. There's way more people who have a console of some kind than have a VR headset. And,
Right.
that's a priority. Now, I mean, there's a new VR headset coming to the PlayStation 5. So, and there is one for the PS4 as well. So maybe that happens to be, part of the draw that helps push mass appeal for VR that could help higher prioritize VR if we get there. But we got to finish the desktop client, the Mac client, the mobile client, the console client. Then, make sure it's approved on Apple Store, iOS Store, Xbox Store, PlayStation Store,
Right.
Nintendo potentially,
We want those native controller supports. We're looking at that. So certain people are figuring out how to make those joysticks work right now on their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
But otherwise, we want people to be able to remap everything in game right away. And
yeah, and that's the thing is you've got
that's coming.
There's all sorts of different features that definitely need to be and will be implemented, but in terms of, if VR is a priority, it's not a huge priority. It's just another possible feature, and I think
Right. Let me get this link in there again. Our friend Keeper separated the last portion of it on YouTube, divided up that link. Thank you so much. I love
really.
it. But if you guys, it's forums.gle, and then you can type in that. I'll get another one. Big Papa Duke. There's a song that every time I see your name comes into my mind. It's Papa Large. It's the old 2000 song. It gets me every single time. It's on Papa Large. Big shot on the East Coast. It's so silly. Don't listen to it.
Why would you even bring it up if you didn't want him to listen to it?
It haunts me. It haunts me.
Oh, now it's going to haunt Big Papa
YouTube,
Large.
Right. Yashix on YouTube says, when we have already existing NFT collection, will it be possible to generate avatars based on already existing metadata?
Yes. But the caveat being, you're going to have to create each component. If you would like if you have a 10K project that you've built, you as an artist are also going to have to then design a voxel iteration of each component piece. So when we talk about the Clone X coming to the Sandbox game, you're going to have each component of the Clone X be designed by an artist. And then from there, right. Okay, I need one more voxelite, Joe.
One more individual one.
Yes, each individual hair piece, or head piece, or, whatever the individual components are, mouth, all of that needs to be hand designed. And then, rather than running it through the algorithm you might normally to randomly mix them up, you say, nope, because it has this, it gets this hair, it gets this eye, it gets this mouth, it gets this chest piece. All of it has to be hand done. So, hey, check it out. I got another level.
And yes, Maxi Mac, my first memory is having an actual Atari controller joystick in my hand. So I'm right there with you. I say controller joystick on purpose.
Because it wasn't it wasn't a controller. It was just one button.
No. I always call them joysticks, and it gets people confused. But moving on, Bubsy7 says, I don't understand the whole land location, why it matters to be 2 blocks closer versus 15 blocks.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, it does and it doesn't. In my opinion, what it really comes down to is going to be quality of content. So, you look at any place in the world. What makes Ibiza special in Spain, right? That's in Spain, right? Pretty sure it's in Spain. What makes it special? Nothing. But also the quality of content that is produced in Ibiza, the experiences, the food, the people make it special. The same thing is true in the Sandbox game to a certain extent. So when you look at the map and you're thinking to yourself oh, well, why is it premium? Because it's close to a space. Well, do Do you trust those people to make it special, to make it premium, to be adjacent to, Snoop right here? Do you expect the Snoopverse is going to bring a lot of attention, a lot of eyes to this land, this area? If you think that it does, then one of the advantages is that you are, on this particular page, more clickable because you're within proximity of something interesting. Now, inside the experiences, as they walk to the edge of the experience, and you're not seeing this as much in the alpha because all of these experiences have portals that go to them because it's made by the Sandbox game. But if you were to walk to the edge of any one of these experiences and they weren't designed to have portals in mind, it would ask you the same way that a portal does. Do you want to press E to go to the next area? And you could do that. And there you go. So is it appealing to be close to a Snoop? And then, relatively speaking, do you want to be that extra, 1 tile away, 2 tiles away? You expect people to have played in these experiences, gone here, and then having been there, go to the next one, go here. Having been there, do they go here? Now, for me personally, I don't really see an issue with going, I could pick up a land over here in objectively the middle of nowhere, right? And think like, I can build something good. And I have people that follow on Twitter. We've got people in the Discord that want to play engaging content, and I'm going to make something good. So I go and I make something good. That's enough for me. I don't need it to be right next to somewhere else. But does it help to be right next to somewhere else? When I bought my lands, I liked to have them next to the Sandbox game, personally, because I was like, people were going out and they were doing it around partners, and that's great. That has its own appeal. But I did all of mine adjacent to, touching as much as I could, the Sandbox game, because I thought this is where high quality content is going to be made through partnerships like what you're seeing in the alpha right now. And I think you could see that reflected if you were to click like this particular parcel. They're seeing kind of that same feeling, I think. It's in the center of the map, right next to the alpha. You can't buy it. It's 30 ETH for that one right there. This one, 175 ETH for this space right here, because of its proximity to high quality experiences and a lot of eyes, right? Hey, what's up? A lot of people partying right next to you. What's up? What's up? Let's burn the dance floor, dude. Let's burn it down.
As I imagine you already closed out that forum, and we move on to some more questions real quick. Creed Adventus 666 questions, Joseph, did you look at the Hong Kong skyline in the horizon? When you look across the sea, how did they make it look like a real backdrop? Is that pictures, not voxel buildings?
They are voxel buildings, and the entire space is built on a 2x2. So the way that they made it look like it was off in the distance was to build the experience in one of the corners of a 2x2, and then actually realize the voxel buildings off in the distance.
It's convincing enough, it seems. And Mr. Winning, yes. I'm 28 to answer your question, but otherwise I grew up with a Master System and all of the other good things that make gamers gamers. But he also has a different question. If I have 2 blue lands adjacent to me, can I buy them and make an estate still?
Wait, I'm sorry. You have 2 blue lands that touch next to you?
2 blue lands that touch me.
Okay, the blue lands are not for sale, per se. They may become for sale in the future, but it's very unlikely. By design, they're meant to be given as awards for potentially like partners or Game Maker Fund approvals or community prizes. We had one game jam like 4 or 5 game jams ago now that only had like 60 entries.
He says he's sandwiched between 2 sandbox lands.
Yeah. I mean, you could potentially try to reach out through the contact info and just buy them straight up, but it's pretty unlikely that they would be sold because they're meant for distribution. Be really unlikely. But also maybe you're offering like partnership level dollars. And in which case, that's possible.
Alrighty. And what do we got here?
All
What do you
right.
got for us, Joe?
Well, what I got for you, Conrad, if you're ready for it, if you can be ready for it. All right. If you're ready, are you ready?
I've been ready.
You're not even ready, dude. This guy's not ready, chat. He's not ready for user number 122.
122, what do we got?
There's 122 on the forum, Conrad. I have no idea. I typed 122. And over on twitch.tv, you should hope so.
I mean, you can still fill it out for YouTube.
WISPIP. Wispip. Wispip over on twitch.tv is a winner here for Alpha Pass number 1 that we're giving away on this stream. And folks, we're already blowing past the typical close of the show as I've been trying to get these quests complete at the NFT Institute. Did I do all 3 or did I do just 2? I think I did all 3. I did the parkour challenge as well. Look at that.
Congratulations, Wispip.
Wispip.
Oh,
over on twitch.tv. Oh. Let's do another one. Let's do another one.
Still, congratulations to them if they can come back and can catch that VOD again. Just don't worry, folks. If you ever miss something here on the live, you can always go back and watch it again.
The good news is Wispip entered. The bad news is if Wispip isn't in the chat right now, they missed out on this form that I just put in the chat at TheVisionEX on twitch.tv/the Sandbox Game. Fill out this form if you'd like to be eligible to win the second Alpha Season 2 pass we're giving away on this live stream here. Once again, distribution on these is expected Thursday. All right, I'm gonna get with Max here, and we're gonna pile them all in Wednesday evening. I better make sure it's my morning so that it gets in there for you guys for distribution. But I got a whole bunch of them already that we've been giving away since last Thursday. It's a beautiful time.
And as we go down and we get another forum out there for folks, I just want to say as we go on to Tuesday, happy International Women's Day.
Oh yeah,
because that's Tuesday. We're on Monday currently in our time, but as the time turns over here.
There we go. There we go.
Happy International
Today's the day. Happy International Women's Day. The World of Women here, a featured partner for the Sandbox in this season. It's a good time.
It's a good time. Lift up those wonderful ladies in your life.
You know, I saw a creation earlier today on right here. Nope, that's one more duck. I love the ducks, by the way. If you guys aren't sharing with me when you find the ducks, because you guys are finding some ducks I have not found. But look at this. Look at this. Red flower dress on the runway. Somebody recreated a character that they had. You can see some of these Flower Girls NFTs right here. I've been a super fan of their content. But they recreated it in VoxEdit, and it's beautiful.
I unfortunately can't get my sunflower one that I want. That's why I don't own one personally.
Oh, you can't get... yeah.
I can't
the
get
price is only going up. So. Price is only going up, Conrad.
I know. It kills me.
Yeah.
But
they're beautiful. It was a really good interpretation, I thought, of the original art translated with VoxEdit.
I love that.
Because you can see it back here. The blue poster on the back left was the inspiration, I think, for this one. And it looks like identical in the game. So that was really cool. Really well designed by the creators there. So I had to share that earlier. But if you guys make great things in VoxEdit and you share them, you tag me, or to the extent that I can see them, I like to share them. Show everybody what you guys can make. I've seen some amazing things be created in the last few weeks. I think it's mostly based around the competition that we have running on where people can get sand for having done so. But nonetheless, I'm going to verify here. NFT Institute, I did do 3 out of 3 quests. It's updated live. Okay. And as we close out here,
we're getting them.
Go into my rewards. I got 120 sand for the day 1. I got the 60 sand for the day 2. Things are looking good. It's looking up. All right. And by day 2, I mean level 2. Because I've been getting a level like every day except for the first day. Been able to get a level. I'm going to earn 80 additional raffle tickets once I complete 28 more quests. So far, I've got 460 total and estimated rewards 207 sand. If I win myself one of those alpha season passes through competitions like the one we're running right now. You may be filling out that form. How many people have responded? Oh, you guys are on it. You guys are on it right now. All right, I'm going to close down that form. I'm closing it right now.
Oh, we're getting this one quick.
We're going quick. Because we already had 554 responses right now. So people are moving over. They hear about it. They step over here off of the YouTubes, off the Twitters, over to twitch.tv/thesandboxgame. They checked it out. They filled it out. Let's get a little RNG going here.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Soul Cancer says, I was on Twitch. I feel dirty.
Soul Cancer felt, oh no, you were on Twitch, Soul Cancer, oh no. Well, don't worry, I hope you wrote YouTube in your form. If you were user number 101, you would be the individual who wins. Who is 101? As I type it in, as I live and breathe, over on YouTube.com. That's right, your YouTube winner who came over to twitch.tv.
Hey, there we go.
To fill it out. All right. Kevin M-A-I. All right. Kevin M-A-I. Somebody said Joe is staking 45 million sand. That is not true. That is not.
We just got some folks curious at how you have 460 tickets. That's all.
Oh, well, I have 460 tickets. If you click the little I, you can see how. Because I just got some of those quests I earned by leveling up. I'm now up to 80 total tickets. You can see my rewards, 30 tickets and 50 tickets. Because I hit level 2, I got the additional 50 while we were playing on this live stream. Hey, and I also have 200 tickets from M Sand Staking because in my staking section, I do have quite a lot. I have quite a lot of sand staked right now. And I've got about another 100 that I need to deposit when I get onto that wallet on that computer. I can deposit another 100 to help contribute towards the community staking score. So I'm going to do that. And when I get paid this week from the Sandbox game for doing my job, I'm going to be donating another like 1,600 sand to the pool. It's going to be a good time. So we'll get a big deposit in here. That helped me generate very quickly the tickets up to my possible maximum for M Sand Staking. I'll leave it in there for that community reward because I want to see everybody get as much additional sand as possible as we could get as much as 1,000 total sand each if we have the season passes. Then I don't have any Snoop Dogg private passes or early access passes, so I didn't get those tickets, but I got the Season 1 Alpha Pass tickets. I got 40 for having owned a land in this wallet, and 10 for completing the Season 1 feedback form with this wallet in Season 1. So, yeah.
Kristen over here, wait, we get paid?
Wait, we can get paid for this?
I love it.
I want your job minus the streaming part. Candidly, Kristen, that's most of my job. Helping people live right here on Twitch, on YouTube, Facebook, DLive, Theta, and twitter.com/thesandboxgame.
But as we're closing out today, because it is getting late for a lot of folks,
it is.
I'm going to quick fire some questions at you.
Let's go.
As we're kind of done with answering here, and we're trying to wrap things up as we get the last of our evening rolling down. Randuxy asks, can you delete your Sandbox account if you need to start over and use the same email address?
You can use the same email address, just change it, because the real account is your wallet. Not your email, not your username, not your password, but your wallet. Your Web3 wallet is all that matters. So,
alrighty,
just change it, and then get on your new account and use the email account.
W. Caleb asks, if we cannot see the adjacent land from my land, then what is supposed to be going close to these big IPs? Since I can easily just click on the map and navigate it to that targeted land. So why does that make it better?
So there's two ways to navigate, and you'll see users doing this in the alpha. There have been users who, in this instance itself, you could hit H because it's a UI element to take you back to the hub, but we won't do that. I've seen users actively walk to, they'll go all the way back through the instance and they'll walk through the portal.
Oh, I like using the portals personally.
Yeah.
Because I like the immersion of just being in my games. And when we don't have an in-game map, which is coming, I imagine, quality of
Yep.
life's always happening. Then I'm gonna look for these actual portals here.
But
That's just me
aside from the
personally.
portal hubs themselves, in any instance that wasn't designed by us directly, you can just walk to the edge of the map like this. And it's going to give you a pop-up that looks like this pop-up. So it says it's going somewhere, right? So you walk to the edge and there'll be a little press E to go to somewhere else. And then you press E and it will take you to the next experience based on the location. So you can see the location of where this instance is right there under the words NFT Institute in the upper right of the screen here. It says 4, -2. So if I was to walk this way and press E in not the Sandbox game designed experience, just touching the edge of the map, you can walk to the next one. So the purpose of having them load individually like this is for immersion reasons for the most part. Like you've got this, if you had this modern architecture NFT Institute that says NFT collection on the front of it and has the Sandbox game spotlights, would you want that next to your medieval themed experience? Or would you want that next to your cyberpunk themed experience? So that's the reason why you can't see it and you get this nice like kind of cliff horizon view
Right.
here. And later on in development, you'll be able to change the skybox to be custom designs and all sorts of different things. But for now, yeah, that's the advantage to having that adjacency to an Atari or the Sandbox game or Snoop or Binance or Bored Apes, whatever. Anything that you think would draw somebody's attention. There's also the additional adjacency value in maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe somebody is just poking around the map like this, right? But when the metaverse is full open, full UGC content, what sets you apart from everyone else, right? It's going to be the image that you use for your individual experience like this, because you will be able to use individual images in the client.
Correct.
And your proximity to these on the map, because earlier I clicked this link right here. This space right here is an example of being next to Snoop Dogg. So if somebody's looking and they see this big Snoop Dogg space and they go, all right, well, I've already seen that. What's around that? They're likely to do that, So you've got lots of different reasons why that makes sense.
Okay, and then as we're quick firing here, Batman TV says, at Sandbox, if we win an Alpha Pass, do we have to stake sand to reach the max goal multiplier, i.e. 1,000 instead of 500?
Yes and no. The community has to reach that goal together. So if you have a, and I'm gonna just restart the client for the sake of making it go faster here real quick. But if you do own a season pass, then you're incentivized to keep your stake in there because you're now guaranteed to get whatever bonus there may be. You're guaranteed to get the 500 minimum, assuming you complete all the quests. But then the only chance you have to getting 1,000 is having the community at large, including yourself, stake. So you wouldn't want to unstake there.
And just to clarify for folks, there are no Alpha 2 passes for sale right now. The only way to get them is going to be at the end of this month, once the raffle is done, and then to purchase from others on OpenSea.
Or the distribution. Yeah. So there will actually be a couple different distributions throughout, but the big raffle drawing is at the end if you're looking for the raffle, and then we're going to give away some from all those social contests weekly on Thursday.
Right.
And this one.
And yes, I did read Kevin like Kevin McAllister. I had to read it. Kevin! But and as we're finishing up our questions, Joseph at Ad Crypto says, I won the first Wizzy the Green hat 2 weeks ago on YouTube. When can I expect the NFT?
It should have been distributed yesterday or today.
You should have it, friend. Let us know if there's continued.
Let I can verify that. Username again?
Add crypto.
Add crypto. There was an Etherscan sent out for you, ADD crypto. One day, 16 hours ago, it was sent to your address that... Where did it go? Where did it go? To A96. 2A96. That was the end of your wallet address.
Huh. Alrighty. And then K Gambler, spelled exactly like that. Gambler. Can you create your own playable avatar in the alpha or for the alpha in VoxEdit?
Not in VoxEdit yet, but that would be a feature in the future.
And our second to last question here, Rock808 says, can y'all extrapolate, I'm probably saying that wrong, on what community bonus should be at right now? Extrapolate. Thank you. I can't read. Don't worry, folks.
It's okay.
Should be at right now. I'm all sorts of missing vitamins right now, folks. But regardless about me, where should we be at? Are we on track?
Okay. What was the question again? I got stuck on extrapolate.
Where should that community bonus be at?
Oh, the community bonus is clearly shown already on the website. So when I click on alpha,
where should we be at on that right now? What do you think a good percentage is for this month?
Oh, you mean like
we're exactly
for how far we're in?
Yeah.
I mean, we got 23 days, 12 hours, 10 minutes. I don't know. Let's do the math, friend. If I go back to contests, where was it? Where was that number at? Maybe it was here. Oh yeah, it says 15% right there. So far, we've done 4.5 days. I did that wrong. 15% divided by 4.5 days. So we've done 3.33% one day, or per day, estimated to have 28 days. So we're a little bit behind target to reach 100% at the current given rate.
Oh, there we go. Kristen's got us in chat as well. Oh, it's K Gamble Jr. Oh, man. Once again, folks, it's been a rough past week for me. So
yeah, Conrad's Conrad's living on prayers and dreams right now.
Actually, just liquid diet right now.
Liquid diet, yeah.
I decided to destroy my stomach this past week.
Big pain, real problem.
And our final question comes from Saman Gravity over on YouTube. I can't claim my staking reward. It's been a week. What's the problem?
Your staking reward, if you're having an issue claiming it, then one of two things could be happening. Maybe when you're... I don't have my Polygon turned on this computer for this particular wallet. But if you were in here and you clicked claim on this and it says Web3 error, then I recommend you press Control F5 to clear your cache or temporary data. It'll refresh that there. Log out, log back in, log back into your MetaMask account. If you can't claim it then take the Polygon network and remove that and then re-add it onto your MetaMask. It won't erase anything that's in your account because that's all on the blockchain. And you won't have to reinstall all of MetaMask that way. And then when you get on, you could do it with the gasless transaction. Sometimes you do a gasless transaction and it doesn't work on the first click. I had that happen once or twice. Depends on how busy it is in that particular moment. So as I'm looking at it right now, I attempted to do a gasless deposit myself and didn't have that finalized. But when I do it, I'm going to try to do it right now live on the other computer here. We'll see if it works. We're doing it live! Okay, I just got the signature request. I'm going to sign. And maybe it'll go. So for the nature of the gasless transactions, sometimes that's the thing in the way. If you're okay with paying a penny to make it happen faster, then you might want to do that. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I'll give it a couple shots with gasless because you get 10 free a week, and I only do it once a week with the gasless transactions myself. So Basically, it's a third party that helps us roll up all the transactions into one single, so that
Right.
that penny turns into a tenth of a penny or less. Whatever that may be. Let's see if
Kevin, yes, you can still
There we
win
go.
a Wizzy hat if you won your alpha. If you get both, oh man,
That's
chat
true.
is going to flame you for your luck.
Maybe. Chat, we don't want to be toxic, all right?
We
but
do
also,
not want to be toxic. So
look,
please keep it civil, folks.
Chats, you already know chat will be like, rigged. Game's rigged.
Right. That's what I'm calling it right now.
But you can absolutely do it. So FG Hanzo says a lot of gasless transactions are happening all at once. That may be true, but you can see I just did it on that computer. I refreshed it over here and added another 100 sand to my total deposit. So added more to the community staking score. You can see how quick it was. If you're having issues, those are just common troubleshootings that have worked for people. So we got more sand.
Rigged. DLive didn't win. Rigged.
That's right. DLive didn't win. It's rigged.
Truth.
It's rigged. Now, anyway, so it's been a good time hanging out with you guys here, folks. If you have more questions, you can always ask on our Discord. Lovely ambassadors such as Candidly Kristen over here in the chat will probably be answering those questions. And if for some reason Candidly Kristen doesn't have the answer to your question, she can ask a staff member. I got a long list of questions sent to my DMs, and I am always willing to help. So, as we go, we're going to be back 5 days a week, every weekday at the same time, starting at 2 a.m. UTC. That's if it is 2 a.m. UTC, it's actually on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday for you. But for us, it's Monday. Folks, if it's International Women's Day where you are, happy days. We're going to be back.
Everybody, go lift up those ladies in your life. Make them a scone. Figure something out.
Ooh, a scone? Ooh.
Do something good.
Ooh, croissant. Get fancy with it, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Roll that butter into that bread.
Are croissants fancy? Okay. I don't know. They're just good.
I think they're fancy because they're delicious, and that's what fancy means to me. You know what I mean?
There we go.
I don't care. You can make hot dogs and mac and cheese if you won't.
You know what? Just anything to appreciate everybody in the world for International Women's Day. Gotta love it. Who are we rating today, Joe?
Everybody. I'm gonna appreciate. I mean, I gotta go with the gimme right here. I'm gonna appreciate the person who I saw as a standout ambassador all week long. Since right before this alpha started, I've seen them do nothing except for live in Discord. Candidly Kristen in the chat.
Oh my!
It's my shout out for International Women's Day right now.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I keep trying to keep up with Discord, and Kristen's already got me.
Kristen's already did it like yesterday. It was wild. Living in the future, getting these answers out there. Thank you guys so much for helping. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. You know what? As is tradition on this live stream, we have 325 people over on twitch.tv right now. We're going to take this opportunity to reload the Sandbox game. We're going to find somebody else who's streaming the Sandbox right now. And we're going to raid them as we're starting to close out. I'm seeing somebody. Now, we already raided Lena Cubed. Lena Cubed is online right now. They're playing. Boppy Play is online right now, but their camera's not on. I want to interact with these folks. I'm seeing some people right now.
We want to say hi. In our last raid, we didn't really get to say hi.
Didn't get an opportunity. We got a friend who is Portuguese primary language. So for those folks in Portugal right now, super excited about this. Nata Film Maker? Nata Film Amker. All right. So I'm going to paste it here in the chat.
Forgive me, Soul Cancer. I'm going to have some Freudian slips there and saying everyone's day. It is International Women's Day tomorrow, Tuesday. Don't worry, folks.
All right. This link doesn't work. It doesn't work. But over on youtube.com, if you can see the username right now, join us on Twitch as we raid right now.
Yes.
Nata Film Amker. All right. We're going to get over there with 253, 254. We're getting some people here. We're going to raid right now, and we will see you tomorrow.
Play us away, Joe.
Oh, we're going to play it out, friend. We're going to play it out. Thanks, YouTube, for hanging out with us. Technical difficulties should be fixed by tomorrow. If they're not, we're going to get it done as soon as we possibly can. Thank you, D-Live, Theta. Thank you, twitter.com/thesandboxgame. If you're watching over on Facebook, thank you for hanging out with us. It's been a great time. But we got to go. We got to go party, all right? I got more quests to complete. I got more sand to collect. I got to get myself an alpha pass. Let's go. All right, thanks, everybody.
Have a wonderful night, folks.